Hey guys, so I have decided to do something. I have decided to start today and talk about what's going on in my life, and I want to see healing as I go. You know how God He works on His timing, not our timing, and sometimes it seems like it's going to take forever to get over things or things to work out in your life, and then sometimes if we would just record it, we'd realize it only took like 2 or 3 days, and it seemed like a week or two. So I want to make sense of everything that's going on in my life right now, and I want to see how recovery and God takes how I'm feeling now and just turns it all the way around. So a little bit about what's going on. Um, I have been in and out of drug addiction since I was 14 years old. I started using marijuana was the first thing I started using, and alcohol. It progressed to pills, and then it progressed to acid, and then methamphetamine and heroin and dabs, and I think that I pretty much done it all. So let's kind of fast forward a little bit. I grew up in a single family home. My mom and dad divorced when I was 5. Um, my grandma and my grandfather had a lot to do with helping raise me. I've learned at a young age how to manipulate. And I also turned, and my kids just have to get over this because this is my life and I feel like it's going to reach someone, so I'm going to just post whatever. Um, at a young age, I found out that sex was an escape for me. I used sex if I was mad, angry, happy, excited. It didn't matter. Sex was something that I chose to do to just fill the void. So when other people was good at sports in school, I mean, I hate to say this, but I thought that was what I was good at. So I lost my virginity at 14 years old, and my boyfriend passed away 2 weeks later in a car accident, and that really messed me up. Um, I always kind of was bossy to boys because, sorry, mama, I got that from my mom. She's kind of the one that's got to be in control in a relationship, and I pushed a lot of people away, not just them, but friends and family on over the years. I met the kid's dad at age 19 years old, and he is who introduced me to methamphetamine. Right away, I knew that I had found the love of my life. I thought I lost weight. I was energetic, and it made me feel like I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. So, me and him didn't work out. He was a cheater. He was also an alcoholic. He would be abusive when he would drink. Not so much to me, but mental abuse is really, really, really what I went through and struggled with him. I went from knowing my identity to knowing that I didn't take crap from nobody to absolutely having insecurities, no confidence, feeling less than, not a part of, depressed, everything that you can think of. When I met their dad, I lost myself. Um, we was on and off from 1999 to 2006. We had our first son when I was 19. When I was 19, I had a miscarriage, and then we had our first son in 2001. Um, then he was in and out of prison all the time, and we separated for 2.5 years. I met Grayson's dad, and we decided we'd be friends. Grayson was born 6 weeks later. Ben, I still don't say their names, but he's in jail, so it don't matter. Got out of jail, and I got pregnant the first time I slept with him with Amberly, and we wasn't even married 6 months. I didn't know you could get it annulled, and we was separated. So we separated at age 6. Um, there were times in my life where people think that I just maybe never was a good mom or nothing, but I had to take care of the kids on my own for a long time. And we went through many trials and tribulations of no power, no water, me breastfeeding two kids, having a 4.5-year-old, like live scorpions literally coming out of the wall where we lived, carrying water from the neighbors. It was bad. But I was able to get help with someone who would babysit for me, and I worked double shifts when Ryan's was open back then. Fast forward a little bit, I just couldn't seem to leave men and drugs alone. At all costs, I had to have a man, which I ended up picking over my children, and I had to have drugs. Um, Speed was always my choice of drug. Um, and I went and had my kids taken in 2009 for Amex account was off. And then they wound up manipulating me into telling about my meth addiction. And I told, and at the time I hated DSS. I hated the people who called it on me, but I realized that I needed the help. So I went to behavioral health a couple of times and just still couldn't get it right. So they finally just graduated me because I was like, man, we just had enough of you, really. I didn't get to have the celebration, but they gave me the certificate. Um, I went to Shalom Ministries in Belton in 2011, and that's a spiritual program. I should have stayed longer than 3 months, and I lasted about 7 to 9 months. I found the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous where I finally felt like I belonged. But a guy that I had talked to got out of prison, and I was off to the races again. And it didn't take very long with me watching him use that I relapsed. This pretty much went on and on till I lost the kids, got them back. Lost the kids, got them back. They told me if I lost them again, I wouldn't never get them back. They go into the system. So something happened in Narcotics Anonymous, and I was able to find something that worked for me, and the 12-step program indeed did. And I was able to gain almost 2 years clean at that time, from 2012 to 2014. Um, I continue to get in relationships after relationship. And, each time I did learn another lesson and it got a little better. But in 2019, I got my first big boy charges. And they really ain't big boy charges to some of y'all because y'all be doing the most. I got, first offense of methamphetamine distribution of 7.2 grams and an unlawful carrying of a firearm. Those together are not good, you guys. That is not good. But once again, I found favor, whether it be with the Lord, whether it be the people in my path, the guy that I took the charges for, because really I took the charges for someone because they was going to go to prison, and I had just met this guy. And I'm going to tell y'all the reason why I took the charges. And if y'all know me, y'all can see this, but if you don't, you're going to say she's crazy. He did not believe in God, and as we was going on the red light, he said, God, if you real, give me a sign. Now, that didn't mean Kim go and take charges, but I did. I went and took charges, and when I got out, I said, do you believe in God? He said, yeah. Okay, I'll take them again for someone to believe in the good Lord. Okay, so after 2019, in 2019, I went to rehab. I went to Keep It Recovery Possible, Greenwood Recovery. I got me about 5.5 months under my belt. Met a guy on Sunday at church, moved out on Monday with him. Um, that did not work out. I wound up relapsing with my sponsee, with a hairdresser of mine, and I was off to the races again. Now, that's the first person that told me in my life that if you've used dope, I'm telling you right now, you ain't got nowhere to live. That nigga kicked me on out. You hear me? Kicked me out and my shit. All right? Then, I stayed out for a year. I stayed out in active addiction for a whole entire year. Got involved with a guy that had been in a relationship for about 16 years with somebody. He cheated on him all the time. Everybody told me about him. I didn't want to listen. I thought he was going to leave her because look at me now. What do I think? I'm better than. Well, that didn't work out. I self-sabotage myself in the mirror sometimes for 2 and 3 hours trying to hit myself with a needle to get high. Um, I once again had lost my self-worth, my dignity, everything that goes when you put one in, you know. Then um, I went back to rehab, right? Let's see. Yes, I went back to rehab. This time, I was about to the end. I had gotten hepatitis A. I was really severely sick. I got it from, you get it 3% from needle using, or you can get it from food. They say I got it from food. That's not 100%. All I know is I don't have it anymore. That's something that goes away. You don't keep it. And I was in the hospital for like, I don't even know, 3 days, 2 days, 5 days, something like that. Lost all that time. Um, and then when I left the hospital, I went straight 2 days later to rehab. Um, I learned this time around what it was that I was missing all these years. I learned that I never, ever, ever had loved myself, that these hands had held everybody but me. Um, Man, it was awesome. The people I met, the way I could touch people's lives, little old me, I ain't nothing but somebody trying to spread the word. I got my life back with God again, a real godly woman. I went from that Proverbs 7 woman that you read about, the seductive, wayward woman, to the Proverbs. She was clothed in dignity and strength, and is more important than rare rubies. That was me, literally. Okay. I stayed in rehab, I think it was 6 months this time, and I had to have hernia surgery. So I left and I went home, and